Hello and welcome. I am the Armchair Audiophile, and today we're going to be doing a quick, unscripted unboxing and first impressions of the KZ ZSX. I have a bit of a soft spot for KZ. They're kind of where I got started in the IEM side of the headphone game. I'd already bought some Beyerdynamic DT880s and some Sennheiser HD280 Pros. I had a decent stereo system, Craigslist put together, but I bought the ATE, the ATE-S, the ZS3, and the ZST all at once from GearBest, and just spent a summer screwing around with those, and that really kickstarted my love for different sound signatures and training your critical listening skills and just being able to appreciate different driver configurations and tell the difference meaningfully. However, I really kind of outgrew KZ right around the ZS6. That was the last KZ IEM that I purchased. I remember it being really impressive for the price point. It was certainly my first quad driver IEM, and it needed foam tips. It was very peaky. But once you did that, it was a high value IEM. But it's been several years, and they've obviously grown and evolved as a company. So I'm curious now to see what the peak of their range sounds like. So let's go ahead without any further hobnobbery. Go ahead and cut towards myself on camera. Just go around the edge there. That should do it. Get that heck out of here. Oh, okay, so it opens like a little book. This is definitely nicer than previous KZ unboxings. Little metal plate. Let's go ahead and pull that out of there. Got the earphones in there. Let's set these over here. Got what I'm guessing is the cable. Yep. So they've switched from memory wire, which was terrible, to these preformed plastic ear guides. Generally, I like that. These seems a little tight. We'll see how that goes. Wire feels better than it used to. It's a nicer weave than well, there was no weave before. It was just plastic jacket, tangly jankness. This looks about appropriate for the price point. I'm not blown away. I'm not offended by it like the tin P1 stock cable. Overall, this seems like it won't be too tangly. I'm happy with it. Let's see what else we got. Here are the rest of the stock KZ Starline tips. Oh, no, these may just be regular. Oh, no, yep, there's Starlines. Cool. See if we end up needing those. Over here. And I think that's it. Yep, just warranty instructions. Go ahead and put that aside. Let's get into these earphones. Pop them out from the rear. Okay, so first impression, pretty impressed with the seams. I'm not seeing any excess glue like we used to. Sometimes you even had to pierce vents on your own. The plastic feels to be of a higher quality. It's a lot more contoured. Good first impression. You can see all the sexy multi-driver craziness going on inside. Metal faceplate. Now everybody keeps calling these the Terminator. This might be a little bit of an outing myself as a nerd, but I always, they look a lot more like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica to me. But that is neither here nor there. Let's get the right one out. that aside, get these on their cable. First question, are there any right or left indicators on these at all? The answer, yes. Okay. It's very faint. There's a tiny R on here and an L. Okay, cool. For a second there, I thought they had given me a cable with no directional indicators, meaning we'd have no choice but to plug it in, run a phase test. This is the left. So back in the day, KZ's connectors used to be really janky, and they appear to have gone with this new protruding 2-pin design. Let me get this seated. There we go. It's the left hand. Yep. Get the right one in. Okay. Got them both hooked up. Let's grab the can, and I am going to do a few tracks of live first impressions. So I think we're going to start with the track I talked about on the P1 review, which is Fleetwood Mac's Dreams. I really want to hear how that cymbal crash at the beginning of the chorus sounds, because particularly for balanced armature drivers, cymbal crashes can be a serious pain point if there's going to be one. Let's go ahead and start on low gain, just to be cautious. Don't want to blow out the headphones or my eardrums. Went to enough shows in college, got plenty of tinnitus already, and certainly don't need any more. So let's go ahead and grab that Fleetwood Mac track. Fleetwood Mac Dreams. Okay, so starting at 25, we're well below a comfortable listening volume. Right around 37 on low gains. These don't need a ton of power. Female vocal presentation is nice. I'm not sure how I feel about the bass yet. It's definitely elevated. Separation is good. So here comes the first vocal harmony of this track. It's pretty good. It's not P1 good, but it's pretty good. Cymbal crash is coming up. Not bad. Not bad. Cymbal crash, a little bit wet. Decay was a little longer than on the P1. But overall, it wasn't peaky or unpleasant. And that's what I was really looking for, to make sure that that was not the case. So let's go ahead, go over to some of my DSD tracks. And I'm going to pull up Beck's Paper Tiger on C Change. There's just a lot going on in this track. There's some strings, very smooth strings. Bass drum on this sounds really good. Just full tactile. You can feel the movement of the air. I'm impressed. I don't want to spoil the review, but these are a significant improvement from the ZS6, like a significant improvement. They kind of remind me of, I don't really want to say this, but the signature kind of reminds me of the Andromedas. I'm not saying these are Andromeda killers, but the presentation is very similar. The warmth, the balance of soundstage space to intimacy calls that to mind. The Andromedas had more polite bass. Those are still a warm IEM, but they're also an audiophile IEM, and this is definitely more bass than that. Well, more mid bass at the very least. Let's grab some Black Moth Super Rainbow. Let's go weird with it. So I'm going to go with Forever Heavy off of Dandelion Gum. Let's see where that is. There it is. Because these, there's kind of, if you've never heard this track, like a pulsing high-end synth. And on peaky gear, it gets really old really fast. Just waiting on this chorus, but I'm kind of getting sucked into the song. These are definitely a lot of fun. Alright, here comes the point. If it's gonna hurt, this is gonna be when. No, that's great. The highs could be a little airier for this part of the track. Like, you want to talk about comparisons to the Andromeda. The Andromeda definitely had more extended, open, airy highs than this. It's still ridiculous that we're even talking about this in that context. Let's grab a little hip-hop. Little Mike Jones, maybe. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. What the hell is that? Oh, that's Moby's Long Ambience. Not what I was looking for. Mike Jones. Know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. These are good hip-hop headphones. Like, the signature here is so fun. On the older KZs, and it was like a big, stupid, deep V, just stupid. There was, usually ample bass, usually sparkly, peaky treble that did offer impressive detail for the price point, but often lacked sort of that last 30 or 40% of refinement. And then the mids were just sucked out, hazy, veiled. They've made a lot of improvements to the balance of that V. Like, it's definitely still a V, but the bass is less boomy. The treble isn't peaky anymore, at least on the couple of tracks I've had a chance to listen to so far. And the mid-range isn't nearly as sucked out as I remember on my older KZ IEMs. So I think we're going to do one more track and then call it here. But I'm impressed. This is not really how I expected this to go. I figured that these would be a lot closer to the older KZs, and that I would be kind of flaring a nostril at KZ for not learning for their mistakes. But no, I think oh, I know. I'm going to grab John Lee Hooker, Serves You Right to Suffer. This is just an incredible solo blues track. Great vocal test, great guitar and bass test. I mean, bass guitar. I'm going to have to turn this track up a little bit. Going to 45, still on low gain. Bass guitar in the left channel sounds really good. Soundstage on these is pretty good. You know, just coming off of the P1 review where they had no width whatsoever. These aren't super wide, but they kind of remind me of, you know, I don't know if anybody out there's heard any of the Final Audio Heaven Series IEMs, single balanced armature Heaven Series IEMs. They had this really nice, intimate sort of coffee shop or cabin show feel to their soundstage, and these are a lot like that. You know, there's definitely a sensation of space or more of a rounded sound field than with the P1s, which sound very much, you know, panel of soundy. And the finals did that too. Yeah, I'm going to stop it there. But, okay. I think I've already managed to spoil a good deal of the final review. But I still have to do testing with gear pairing, really break down the sound signature, throw some harder stuff at it, and you know, see if that holds day to day, time to time. Keep an eye out this coming week. I will be dropping a full review of these and giving them away to a subscriber. I will also be cleaning the ear tips. With that said, that's it for me, the Armchair Audiophile, reminding you that life is too short for bad headphones.